Welcome back to Robinson's Auto Tools and Time.com. Man, it's a hot and muggy one today, but I want to give you a shot of what's on the list and what we have going on today. I have this 2019 Ford Edge. It's a Platinum Edition. We're doing front struts. On this particular car, the hardest part's doing up top where the mounting bolts are. You have 3 bolts up top and the cowl panel's in the way of the back one. You could get to the 2 front ones with a ratchet wrench. You can also get to the back one somewhat, but it's easier just to take the top panel off and at least gain access with another finger to hold the wrench down. Other than that, you have your ABS wires. She clips in right there. You got your 2 bolts that go through your spindle. When you take your nuts off, you're gonna have to knock these out because they are like a semi-press fit because they're splined. So there's no adjustment here. Now we got this Honda Odyssey that we're doing a rear brake service on. As you can see why, she's down the metal. Just got done releasing the caliper. Now I gotta remove the caliper bracket. Just a pretty straightforward brake job on this one. Finally making headway on the transmission. Got an extra hand with me today helping with that. We have this Hyundai, what year is this one? I forget now. 2014 Elantra. She's getting 4 new spark plugs in addition to 4 new coils. It also has a problem with this shift select. So the prindle not reading correctly, not wanting to start. So we're getting ready to replace that now. I took the battery out just to give me enough room here. I guess I really didn't have to take the battery out. I could have did everything with taking just the air box out. But just to give me room, and I also wanted to inspect the harness. Pins look pretty decent. Everything looks pretty clean. So I think it's gonna be a pretty cut and dry, pretty straightforward to remove the air box. You have a 10 here, a 10 here. I think another 10 over here. You remove that, loosen up your clamp, pull the box out, get right to it. I just broke this loose. It's a 14 millimeter. Just use a socket and ratchet. There's a lock washer underneath there. Should be able to leave the cable where it's at because we don't want to mess with any of that. You should be able to pull this linkage up and out, just like so. Now remove these 10 reverse, and that'd be neutral. Looks like it's lined up right around a neutral. Let me see if put it in park now again. We'll put it about halfway. I'm just gonna snug this one. Make sure everything plugs in good. All right, one thing I wanted to call out, because it was giving me a hard time plugging in, I pulled it back off and I looked, and this has 8 pins on it. The original one has 7, but there is enough space for that 8th pin to go in. It's just not hooked up to anything. So I called a couple different parts stores, and the only options they have, even though AutoZone commercial says that it's 7 pin with their part number, I had them pull it out of the box. It's 8 pin. So it seems like all the aftermarket options have 8 pin from what I'm finding through Napa or bumper to bumper. So what we're doing now is I'm hooking it up. I sat the battery back in it, and we're just gonna see if it reads. Showing park, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna take and put it in reverse, neutral, drive. All right, park, reverse, neutral, drive. I think I'm gonna snug it down right there. We'll make sure it starts in park. Yeah. put it in reverse, make sure it doesn't start. No, make sure she starts in neutral. Put it back in park. All right, so far so good. All right, I reinstalled all the bolts that I removed unnecessarily for the battery tray. Those are back in. Then you have on your air cleaner 1, 2, 3, bam. Get them tight. Now we can install the top. Good time to replace the filter if you have one. All right, everything's back in. Battery hold down's back in. I cleaned the terminals, coated them tight, clip back in, everything's tight. Coils are all in, spark plugs are all in, everything's plugged in. I thought that was really nice of the kids. And the wife stopped by today and surprised me for my birthday. Okay, so we're on our maiden voyage with the Hyundai Elantra. So far the shift select is working good. The issue he was having was once in a while it would not indicate on the dash and he wouldn't be able to get it out of park. So he'd have to use the shift interlock button there in order to get moving to his destination where he had to do or whatnot. And then sometimes it would work or whatnot. But wasn't really able to confirm it 100% because I couldn't get it to act up. But it is a common problem. So on this one, I did the wiggle test. I looked at all the connections and I went with the most common failed item, and that's the neutral safety switch, switch select, range selector. There's a couple different names for it. Cylinder number 3 misfire. That was pretty evident. That was a continuous counter. Pretty much whenever you put a load on it, she would misfire. All the data on the top, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the ones that are reading 0, those are pretty much the misfires. Pretty much any type of misfire would show up there. I was able to confirm it was ignition related to a coil because I swapped number 3 and 2 and the misfire moved. So I was able to confirm that. So we went ahead and just replaced all 4 coils along with all 4 spark plugs. Confirmed there was no oil leaking into the spark plug wells. That's very important. And so far so good. Everything's working. The shift select, that's going to have to run its course to make sure we made the proper call. But I'm feeling pretty good about it. He said it was getting to the point where it was happening daily. So we should be able to get feedback relatively quick. Tomorrow we'll tackle this Honda Civic. It's 2001. It's got a cam sensor fault code or something like that. We want to check the AC ripple on this alternator. I see there's an alternator that was put in at some point. If history repeats itself, I've had one of these that was a bugger and it turned out to be the alternator one time. So we'll look at that. I'll have a little additional help tomorrow. So I'm hoping to get that transmission out. There's those 2 struts from earlier. A couple warranty tires I gotta take care of. Oh yeah, look what the Snap-on guy gave me today. I thought this was pretty cool. Let's take a look at that. He came in, he was like, oh man, it's your birthday. I gotta give you something. 105th? All right, this one I ended up getting the distributor because the camshaft resistance sensor was shot. Failed the resistance check. It did pass the ripple test, which I'll show you a picture here. I did put a new set of plugs in it because I was trying to determine what might have took out that camshaft resistance sensor because it's bad wires, bad plugs, anything like that. But then I found the culprit. I'll give you a shot. All right, let me show you what took this one out. So it failed the resistance check. And then I pulled it apart. You can see the rotor. You can see the center of the cap is missing the piece. So it was creating a severe misfire. It ended up taking out the coil on the cam sensor. And then I started looking closer. I was like, maybe I could fix it. But then you can also see that the seal has been leaking oil into the distributor. So with all that being said, we just replaced it. She should be all set. New plugs, new cap, new rotor. Came with the distributor as one assembly. 2 bolts, pretty straightforward. All right, well, transmission's out. John did a good job helping me pull that out. The Nissan's moved over. I got a couple parking lights I got to fix on it before I put a sticker on it. Rear brakes are pretty close. Front ones are worse. Front ones are down like 3/30 seconds. Rear ones are about 4. So I'm going to tell them, hey, we're going to have to schedule some brakes in here sometime soon. This Subaru needs an exhaust, a part of the exhaust I'm going to fix for him. I had it up on a lift. I got it off, but it's got a broken flange. In addition, it's rotten. It's split in the back because it broke off the flange from driving. This one needs 2 new front tires. All right, I got the marker light replaced, the third brake light replaced. Cool little thing about this vehicle, going back a little ways, this thing has over 300,000 miles on it, by the way. I think it just broke 300,000. That's his old engine right there. That was it coming out, I believe. Yeah, because when it went in, it got new cats, and the cats came with the manifolds. So that's his old one coming out. That's my old man. The funniest thing about this picture, it was a while before I noticed it. But if you look at the picture, and you look at what the old man's shirt says. Here's a really old picture of me. Oh man, but it's priceless. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up with a couple pictures here of a Jeep Wrangler that came in where the shifter linkage kept falling off of it. If you're familiar with these are notorious issues. So I like doing this permanent fix where I cut that nub off, drill and tap it, use a shoulder bolt with a bushing, put it up there, set the distance, and then we lock it in place, making sure you have the proper tolerances. Until next time, guys, stay tuned. And I look forward to reading your feedback in the comments below.